What's up guys, so the time is finally here. We are building pure cyber dragons today. I got my deck core already sleeved up, ready to go. We still need to fit 18 more cards in though. We only got 22 in so far, and we still have 6 spots left in the extra deck. So let's go ahead and figure out what we're going to put into those slots here. Gotta have the Kaiju. Now that we got our deck all finished, let's go ahead and sleeve up the rest of these cards and get to some test hands and then show you guys the full-on deck profile that you have been waiting for. So with that all done now, let's get right into the deck profile and we'll talk about the cards and choices as we go along. We're playing one Cyber Dragon because we're not really focused on doing much for comboing, just pretty simple game plan, and just be smart with your plays and your resources. That's all you really need. You can't brick on multiples if you only play the one. You can't brick on machine dupe late game if you don't play it. Big reason that's why I cut them down, just consistency for the most part. Power plays are real nice, but it seems like the majority of the time either you don't even open it, or if you do open it, they disrupt your play anyway. Yes, it forces the disruption, but a lot of the times they let other stuff go through because they're waiting for the machine dupe, and by the time they realize you don't have it, sometimes it's actually too late and it works out in your favor that way too. Triple Cyber Dragon Core, if this card goes through, you're doing what you want to do for the most part for the turn. It enables a lot of our OTKs. If you open Core Extender, like Core Hers, Core Soldier, Core Emergency, Core Repair, Emergency and Soldier, Emergency and Hers, Hers and Soldier, like so many ways we can, well, Hers Soldier you would need a normal summon, any Cyber Dragon normal summon, or just special summon your OG. So many ways to do what you really need to do, or even like her Soldier Rev system. There's so many ways to OTK thanks to Predaplant Anaconda. 3 Cyber Dragon hurts because we want to keep our grind game going. We want to keep our resources throughout the game. Great extender opening play with your Galaxy Soldier going for your Infinity, and really helps to push for that Infinity and Verde Anaconda into Rampage, which is easy OTK, and that's what we just talked about. Tons of 2-card OTKs that you don't need Machine Dupe for, so it just made not playing Machine Dupe so much easier. 2 Naxter because it's not necessarily an opening play card, but it's so good in mid to late game. The revival, the recursion, just grind game and resource management. Being able to banish your core to special summon out of the deck. Really like it at 2. Without the Machine Dupe, there's no point in playing 3. That'd be the only argument I'd play for 3 is the dupe target, but we're not going that route. 1 Fear because it's a level 4 for Overflow, because you can chain block against any quick effect negate, like, I would guess, obviously, like, Infinite Impermanence Effect Veiler, it doesn't matter since they dodge chain blocking, but like Appaloosa, Borlord Savage, Cyber Dragon Infinity, anything like that, really, Solemn Strike, as long as they don't say, like, Judgment your core, like, negate the summon of your core, you can chain your Fear before they can try to negate the core itself. And just putting out 2 bodies really easy to go into your Verde Anaconda. It's really, really good. I like 3 Galaxy Soldiers. We're not playing Machine Dupe, so we want to be able to make Infinity all the time. And like I said, just making your Infinity Verde Rampage. And I know that might not seem super great because you don't necessarily have the big bodies on board, but it's still also really easy to make, like, Verde Seeger Rampage to go for game 2, and yeah, it's just really, really easy to do that, and 3 Soldiers helps do it. It helps get our Infinity out turn 1 right away. We want to open it, we want to see it, so 3 Galaxy Soldiers. 2 Kaiju because Kaiju is so strong, and the fact that we can search it out makes it 10 times better. Yeah, there's really not much more to say about it. The Buster Lock is a pretty common thing right now. Winda's a problem right now, and just stuff like that. Getting rid of, like, a big boss monster is, you really can't say enough how good it is. Especially if they say, like, have a big Link monster in the extra monster zone, you can Kaiju something in the main zones, get rid of that threat, and then you can Mega Fleet and get rid of that one. And now we can put Mega Fleet in our main zone, get another Cyber out, and contact the fleet away, or not fleet, the Jizukiru away, sorry, and get rid of both of them that way. Now you got 2 big beaters in your main zones that you can also go into Anaconda with if you so choose. So 2 Kaijus because it's just so strong, and it's really cool, really nice, really awesome to open a Kaiju and not need to actually search it out. Hand traps, we are playing Gamma with Driver because negating and destroying is so powerful. Any going second deck, I feel like, should be playing Gamma because it's just that good. Yeah, I can't say enough about it. It's just amazing. It's so good. If they Ash it, you can just Gamma again that turn still, and go into stuff like Omega if they try to droll you, or if they try to, like, Ash your emergency on your opening play, or later game if you banish your core from the graveyard and they try to negate that, just Gamma them, and now you can go into your Synchro and protect your your special summon, things like that. I kind of expect some of the big, more popular decks right now to be Invoked Shaddoll, Salamangreat, Rocket Dragon Link, and Dinosaur. So I really, really like Nibiru. Keeping in mind Dinosaur, if they, like, already use Miscellaneosaurus or they chain it to it, their cards are unaffected, so you won't tribute them. But completely kills Salad, hits Dragon Link super hard, and well-timed versus Invoked Dolls. It can hit them really good too. Obviously, if they have Winda, you can't use it because you can only special summon once and it's 2 separate summons. But if you, like, Nibiru, and they activate their quick play, the El Shaddoll fusion, I believe, and go into Winda then, it was already activated, so then it'll attempt to resolve, it'll tribute the field, summon, Winda's not on the field, and it will resolve fully, so keep that in mind. I really like the rock right now. Triple Cyber Emergency, because why wouldn't you? It searches out basically any monster, any extender, any starter in the deck. Double Repair Plant. 1 Rev System. 1 Cyber Load. 1 Overload. And we are playing 2 Super Polys because a little less on the hand traps, because this card is just so good. You draw it as your 6th card, and you can just break a board apart with it and then go off and do your own thing. Double Twins, because hit back row before you do anything if you need to clear it out of the way. And like I said, there's so many 2-card OTK combos that we can afford the discard easily. Twister's discard, you still have your 2 cards to OTK, and you still have another 2 cards in your hand, so really, really easy. 1 Foolish, cards is way too versatile not to play it. And that's all of our spell cards. Double Overflow, because we don't necessarily want to search it, but if you have your extenders you need, you can search it, using it twice because we can shuffle back the banished targets with Cyber Load. Being able to search out, say, Cyber Load or an extender if they try to pop it. I love doing that when they activate an effect to pop your back row. You chain Overflow, banish your cards, and I've actually in a tournament banished and tried to pop a already activated impermanence because I was chaining to it, just because I wanted to banish my Cyber Dragons to get my count up, and then search Cyberload Fusion, and my following turn I went Cyberload Fusion, Rampage, game. Just being smart with plays like that. Final card, another hand trap that's also not dead if you draw it as your 6th card. Dodges Chain Blocking, just super powerful hand trap. I really like Gamma and Impermanence as my 2 favorite hand traps right now. And Nibiru I just think is a really good call also. That happens to be a light, so we can pitch it for Galaxy Soldier or Naxter because it's obviously a monster. Extra deck. 2 Mega Fleets because it's still the correct number. Like I said, I expect Dragon Link, Salamangreat, and actually Orcus to be a strong tier 2 deck too. All of them are very Link focused, so you just got to make sure you're playing for the meta, and I definitely expect the meta to be revolving around Link monsters. 1 Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon. So Fortress Dragon is just really good because obviously we're playing 2 Kaijus, so you want to be able to get rid of it. Cyber Mirror matches, because I expect Cyber Dragons to gain some popularity between reprints and just Master Rule 5 in general. Was debating on playing the 2, but you'll see why we're only playing 1 here in a little bit. 1 Rampage for our Verde Anaconda play for the most part. That's really all it's there for. And then Super Poly targets, we have Starving Venom, because with Verte, it's always live. Verde is a dark, and he can make another monster a dark, and then just send Super Poly. And 1 Earth Golem Agnister. I went and bought a special edition box hoping to pull it just so I didn't have to use a proxy for you guys. So we have our Earth guy now, and just really good because a lot of new decks are Cybers type, Link monsters. If they are not playing a Cybers type, Salamangreat Almirage is a Cybers type of our own. So if you leave that on the field, and as soon as they summon a Link monster that's important to their combo, you can Super Poly your Almirage and their Link monster into your Earth Golem that way. Same as we did with the Salamangreat Fusion monster. 1 Nova, 1 Infinity, and 1 Constellar Pleiades. I understand, like, especially with Lithogasm and Dinosaurs being arguably the best deck, feel like the need to run multiples on Nova Infinity. I guess we play enough hand traps that we just, hopefully it's not necessarily an issue. And I was going through the extra deck and just trying to figure out, like, what are they going to hit to hurt me most. And it would probably be like a Rampage, Nova, and Seeger. But there's still different things that you can do to counter that matchup anyway. So it's a horse apiece, I guess. And like Cyber Dragon Monster, you can still get your Cyberload Fusion. Obviously, if they hit your Rampage too, you won't have a target, so that would suck. But if they don't hit your Rampage, You can Cyberload Fusion to shuffle like your Nova, your Seeger, or your Infinity if they banish them back to your extra deck. Pleiades, because a lot of these combo decks, if you just bounce them at a specific point in their combo, it can completely ruin everything. Like sometimes when like a Dragon Link type deck, when they have their one link in the extra monster zone and their LP, and they go to use LP's effect, if you just bounce the one in the extra monster zone, now they don't have a zone that two are pointing to, so the effect just resolves without an effect. Or like Salamangreat kind of needs that first monster to go to the graveyard to really kick off their combo, so if you Pleiades and bounce the normal summon, sometimes that's enough, especially if you pair it with like a Hand Trap, Infinity, or Overflow. It gets the job done that way. One Psyframe Lord Omega, because just ripping a card from your opponent, basically. 2800 beater. If you say like you open Emergency Soldier and Gamma, and you play Emergency and they try to Ash it, you can Gamma the Ash, summoning your driver Gamma. Emergency, go into your core, search Repair Plant, link Almirage, Repair Plant then to get your Hertz, Soldier and Hertz to get out 2 Cyber Dragons, go into your Nova, revive a Cyber Dragon, go into your Infinity, and then the Cyber Dragon revived in Almirage into Lambda, and then you can Synchro. I mean, you don't have to wait. You could Synchro into your Omega because Master Rule 5 and all, and then his effect to banish himself and one card from their hand. So then in the end phase, it triggers Lambda's effect, and you actually get to search out another Gamma. And since you Synchroed, your driver's in the grave anyway. So now you have Infinity Gamma, and your opponent wasted one card, and you banished another. So they have 3 cards plus their draw, so they'll have 4 cards to go against your 2 negates, plus you would also have 2 other cards in hand too. So just really good option for going first. 1 Almirage, and then 1 Relinquished Anima. You've seen in the other videos I've talked about, if you watch them, being able to, like, if you Kaiju an opponent and put him in that zone and ahead of your Anima, go into your Anima, you can affect, now you have a 3300 beat stick, and it just makes OTKing easier, breaking their board, attacking over stuff easier, especially if you only get 1 normal summon or special summon, because Winda plus the 1000 off Alistair is, I believe, 32. I believe it's 2200 plus 1000 would be 32. So hopefully I'm not wrong on that, telling you guys, but just stuff like that. Or then you can hit a monster that's not Kaiju, obviously, too, and then either force the negate, force a disruption, or you steal their monster and then you get to link it off anyway and use it for something like your Anaconda, because it just enables so many OTKs and 2-card hands that don't seem like a whole lot to be able to potentially win the game, or at least put it into an awkward game state where you're both top decking. Psyframe, so we are playing the 1 Lambda, and then Cyber Dragon, so we are playing Seeger, because we like our power bond on legs. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you guys like the way we're going with the channel now. We're trying to get out a good amount of content to you guys. If you haven't seen it yet, go check out the tier list. I feel maybe a little biased, but I think we did a pretty good job assessing the decks of the meta, and can't wait until next time. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. We appreciate everything you guys do for us. Without you guys, we would not be here, so thank you for that.